Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you are watching me from. My name again is Olushola Ilami. Thank you all for watching my first YouTube video and for your likes and subscription. I got feedback from some people via calls and text messages asking me to tell them a little about my educational background before I became a registered nurse in the US. Thank you guys for asking those questions. I am an indigene of Ejiko in Yagba East, local government of Kogi State, but I was born and raised in Akure, Ondo State, Nigeria. I attended both elementary and high schools in Akure. I graduated high school in 1986. I had my first child in 1988. I later went to fashion school in Ondo Town between 1989 and 1991. I graduated in fashion school on the 2nd of November 1991. I practiced as a fashion designer for 5 years before I obtained a part-time firm at the then Ondo State Polytechnic in 96 to study business administration and management. I was working as a fashion designer during the time and was attending classes in the evening and on weekends. I graduated with a National Diploma degree, ND, in 1999. I went back for a full-time 2 years program in the same school for a higher National Diploma degree and in business administration and management. At that time, I was only able to sew clothes for customers on weekends and during holidays due to my busy schedule at schools. Every once in a while, I was taking clothes to some offices to sell on the days I have no classes. Mind you, no lazy person can survive in life. And because I have to feed myself, pay my house rent, help people I needed to help them. But to the glory of God, I graduated in 2002 with upper credits. Trust me, I graduated with upper credits in both of my MBA and my HND programs. I started all over when I got to the US, to join my husband in 2005. I went to the nursing school after passing 10 required prerequisite courses. Like I stated in my last video, I graduated with associate degree in nursing back in year 2011, Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 2014, and Masters of Science in Nursing with emphasis in public health in 2019 in the US. Like I said, I'm proud of myself. I continue to be proud of myself. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I went through before passing my certification exam. The name of the certification exam I recently passed is Certification Examination in Diabetes Care and Education. Like I said in my last video, I became certified as a diabetes educator. It didn't come easy, and especially because English is not my first language. English is my second language. I can even say English is my third or fourth language, but generally speaking, English is my second language. I have other native languages that I understand, but can just maybe speak little of it. my mother's language from Okeagbe Akoko, my father's language from Ejuku, in Yagba Kogi State. So going to school in the US was not, that's fun, was not really fun with me. I put in all my main and might, to become successful in the US. And that is why when I see a lazy people, trust me, I don't really like to associate with them that much. To be my friend, you got to be very strong. To be my friend, you're gonna have to be cool-headed and be serious with your life. If I see people that are sleeping maybe more than 8 hours in a day, I don't want to be their friend, and I don't want them to be my friend, because nothing comes easy in life. Nothing comes easy. If you really want to be successful, as a kid, you have to at least know what you want for your future. Sometimes our parents will want something for us, but that is not what we want for ourselves. We have to be strong and pursue our goal. I have so many goals in life, and to the glory of God, I have achieved some of them, and I'm still working towards achieving some others. Like I said, it is not easy. Nothing is easy. Road to success is not easy. To become successful in life is not easy. Your success may be different from my own success, and my success may be different from other people's success. But everybody needs to at least strive in life to be successful. Successes start from being able to feed ourselves, being able to clothe ourselves, being able to at least have a shelter where to sleep in a house. I'm not saying you should become a homeowner or a landlady or a landlord, but at least as a reasonable and responsible adult, you're supposed to be able at least to rent, even if it is one room in Africa or 1-bedroom apartment in the US, to sleep in and to take care of yourself. After, working long hours in a day, you deserve to have a place, to rest and to sleep and to refresh and for your body to rejuvenate, to be ready for the next day's work. I was saying something about passing my certification exam, the CDCES exam. I will just show you a few of the books I bought. This exam, I didn't take it just one time or second time. I take it more than 2-3 times before I pass it. And each time I was registering for this examination, it cost $350. That is not the issue. My goal was to pass it. The first time I took it, I went there, I thought, maybe it was gonna be as easy, because I've been practicing as an RN for 12-13 years. And I've been a patient educator teaching people about diabetes management for 2 years. It will be 3 years by August of this year. So I went in there to the exam. I just read one book. Let me show you the book. I purchased this book. I read it. And some of my colleagues, recommended this book for me. And they told me, they went over it. Trust me, majority of my colleagues, are English speaking. I wasn't. My parents were not educated. Both of my parents were illiterate. And I have at least to put in extra effort to be able to compete, with other people in the US. So using this book for the first time, if you look at this book very well, I underline almost everywhere, just to tell you how much I studied. And I did the practice questions at the back of the book. Unfortunately, I didn't pass the test. It was a 200 questions and it is 4 hours exam test. I don't know, for me, sitting down for hours to take one exam is not easy for me at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. So I didn't reach the cutoff mark. I went back, I talked to my colleagues. People started introducing me to different type of books. So this is one of the books I bought just to get ready for the exam. And this is one of the newest book, Complete Nurse's Guide to Diabetes Care. I bought this one. And I bought this one. This is American Diabetes Association Guide to Nutrition Therapy for Diabetes. One reason I bought this book is because of some of the test questions that were on the, American food. Trust me, when it comes to the American food, count me out. I don't even know the names of American foods other than the burger, the sandwiches. Sometimes, Americans have, different food. And if I say different food, because we have different people from all over the world in America. So Asian foods, Mexican foods, African foods, Caucasian food, Italian foods, different foods. So if I failed my first exam, I know that all the American foods in the exam threw me up. They really, really threw me up. So I bought this book. This is basically about American Diabetes Association Guide to Nutrition Therapy for Diabetes. I'm not only going to use this book for the exam. I'm done with the exam now, so it's going to be a helpful resources for me, in my day-to-day work, in my day-to-day interactions with my patients, with the individual I serve. I like this book. It's very good. So, after that, I went again and took the test. I still didn't pass it. I was 5 points away from passing. Then I told myself something needed to be done. What can I do? I was still believing in my brain. Mind you, the brain is there. I still have the brain. But I was doing something wrong, which I don't know. Then I began to, find information from my colleague. I went on the YouTube. I saw where people, tell stories about how they prepare for their exams, how they pass their exams, and some people were happy, some people, they didn't pass it at the first time, second time they didn't pass, third time they didn't pass. I learned from them, and I'm happy that I wasn't the only one who did not pass the exam the first time and the second time. I told my friends at work. She brought me this book. This is Diabetes Education and Program Management 1. And it is a core curriculum for diabetes education, 5th edition. She brought this. This is Diabetes in the Life Cycle and Research. She brought those 2 books for me. And before I did the exam for the second time, I bought this book. This is by the American Diabetes Association. This is a standard of care in diabetes for 2023. So I bought it. I read this book. That was before taking my first, before taking the exam the first time. As you can see, I underlined everything, I highlighted everything, you know. So that was when I was 5 points away from passing the exam. I didn't give up. I'm a very strong lady. I can tell you that, and anybody who knows me knows that I'm very strong. I don't give up easily. If I wanted something, I get it. If I don't get it, I don't relax. I don't even rest until I get it. Trust me. And that is Shola for you. So, to take it for the third time, I told you, I went on YouTube, finding information about what can help. So I saw this book. One guy says this book contains 80% questions on the test he took, and he highly recommended this book. This book and the other books are not cheap books. They might look so small to you, even though they are big. To me, they are not small. But I immediately ordered this book. This book is about $100 and something. And mind you, buying from the Diabetes Care and Education website, you pay tax. Everything we buy, we pay tax. And to ship this book to your house is about $17. So I bought it because I know what I wanted. So, and here is another one. This is also from the association that do this give people certification on diabetes care. So this book is called Certified Diabetes Care and Education Specialist Exam. This is just question and answer. I wanted to buy it. One of my colleagues, I call her a friend. She's truly a friend. We work together in the same department, but she is at different location, but we work together in the same organization. So she told me, Sola, don't buy this book, and she sent it to my office. I gave it to her. Her name is Hannah. She is very good. So this is just question and answer. So I use this book and the standard of care for diabetes for year 2024. I didn't buy that book because I already have it in 2023. So I downloaded the changes they made to the diabetes care for year 2024. I downloaded the changes. I have the changes here. I read it from line to line. So I did some of the questions here, and I read this book from the beginning to the end. Some of the stuff, some of the topic, I don't have to read it because I already know them. So, but the ones that I think I needed to know, I went over it, and I'm glad I did. And I don't want to mention names. The guy who recommended this book on the YouTube did a good job. So most of the questions came out from here. I didn't have a lot of time. To do the practice questions, to do all the practice questions here. I'm an old school. I believe in reading, but in America, people recommend people doing and practicing question and answers. So I was brought up, reading and writing, and I did a lot of that. Even though I underline, I still write it down because that was how I learned how to read and write in Nigeria, and it works for me. And especially for this exam, it does work. I'm gonna show you some of the things I did. You know, this is just, part of my note that I took. I have a lot of notes that I took. I have a lot of notes. I have a lot of notes that I took, while preparing for this exam. And I'm gonna show you more and more. And I still have some, I have some front and back calculation. It's not easy to be successful in life. You just need to know what you want. You just need to know what you want and work towards it. Be prepared. When I see people going to school, they're coming back home with maybe a C, a D, and they're happy that they are going to school. I just look at them. I don't know where that will take you to. You just have to be prepared. Be prepared. Read, and read. And don't take anything for granted. These are the questions I practice. And this is when I was practicing. This was back in September of 2023, to tell you how long I've been preparing and working hard to pass this exam. So I was doing question and answer, and I was taking notes. Sometimes, it just depends on what you know, and on how well you can prepare for whatever you are planning to do. So I'm still gonna show you more. So let me bring it out. So this was the summary of revisions, standard of care in diabetes 2024, that I told you earlier on that I printed. It really helps. It helps, and the handbook also helps me. So line to line, I cannot be showing you everything, but this is how I study, and this is how I know how to study. I underline. This is just from the standard 2024, and this is some of the notes I made. Oh my gosh, this is some of the notes. Last minute I was doing all of this. My summary. I printed it out. These are just maybe some of the topic questions. I was, Asian BMI. I know it is, if it is greater than 23, they are considered as obese. And for the African American and other people, if it is greater than 25, we are considered as obese. I'm obese. I need to go back on track to be walking. Walk more, maybe jog sometimes, and carbs in a large bagel. If anybody will wake me up now, I know 60. But trust me, I didn't see this in my exam. But in my previous exam, yes, I saw it. So some landmark studies, some continuous glucose monitoring, interpreting data. I had a lot of questions from that. Lot of questions, graphs, interpretation, all of those. Down phenomena, Somoji phenomena, honeymoon period for type 1. Yes. Medicare Part A and Part B, what they cover, what they do not cover. So all of this is just for me, to refresh my brain while I was preparing for the exams. And this is another one, GI issues, GI gastrointestinal issues. What type of food do they need to eat, or do they have to be eating? Beta blockers drug, I just put hands in LOL, the mask hypoglycemia. So this and this. So one of the things I put in, when to screen for thyroid stimulating hormone for type 1 and type 2. So no recommended ranges for blood pressure, lipid, hyperglycemia, triglyceride. This triglyceride, I always mispronounce it, but I know what I know. So, and this is another one, cardiovascular and chronic kidney disease note for ADCES exam. This was, one of my last minute study. So I put them down. Preferred approach is to always individualize goals based on assessment for a child on insulin pump who should be screened for prediabetes. And my answer here is anyone age 35 and above. So cystic fibrosis, post-transplantation in diabetes, for people that got kidney, DPP, a lot of these things is right here. And I'm gonna keep this because why? Like I said, I have a goal. As a certified diabetes educator, I'm gonna be teaching people. I'm ready for people to be consulting me for their diabetes care. And I know I'm gonna be a better diabetes educator. So I'm still gonna talk more about me. Trust me in my next video. So for today, for people who ask questions about my background before I became a nurse, and this is why, I'm doing this, and I just have to do it. So, and these are some of the, food insecurity, rationing, diabetes distress, LGBT with diabetes burnout, my study guide. And this is another study guide. Questions to review for this exam. So I passed it. I thank God that I passed it without stress. The last time I took it. If I say without stress, because I didn't have to sweat out of the exam hall. When I saw PASS in green, I was like, yes, Shola, you did it. The last 2 times I took this exam, I saw FAIL in red, and that was fail. I wasn't happy about it, but like I said, I am a go-getter. Whatever I needed to get, I always get it at last. I don't give up easily. Trust me, I don't give up. I don't give up easily. So this is, my other study guide. This is about medication, GLP, some people use this for weight loss, cardiovascular diseases. It's an injectable medication, amylin, analogs. This is, this is medication. I was doing my medication, practice then, and this is about glucagon. If your blood sugar is low, different type of glucagon is right here. So, and this is about injection, filtration rate, injection glomerular filtration rate, UAC. This is about kidneys. Kidneys and its medication, and what you need to assess, and what type of diseases is associated with kidney, problem, stages of kidney, diseases, stage 1 to like stage 5, and neuropathy screening, neuropathy pain, diabetic eye exam checks. The CDCES exam is like a generalized exam. If I say generalized, it was like it covers everything from the pathology of diabetes to screening to, medication, pharmacology, to everything. I'm still gonna make another video whereby I will advise people that will be going for any type of certification exam on what they should do. I know myself, I'm an auditory person. Trust me, if you tell me something, I don't forget. 20 years, 40 years, I don't forget. Reading, sometimes I may forget. And that was what I was doing. I was reading, when I first took the test couples of time, I was just reading, underlining. And I told myself and my husband, I said, I've been doing something wrong. What is that thing I've been doing wrong? When I was in nursing school, I remember I was going to the classes with a recorder. I was recording on my way coming back home, or maybe sometimes on my way going back to the library. I will be listening to whatever I recorded in the class. It really helped me when I was doing my prerequisite to go to nursing school, and when I actually was in the nursing school, and when I was doing my other programs. I didn't do it when I was practicing this for the CDC ES exam, and it cost me a lot of dollars, because I didn't follow what I should have followed. I didn't do what I should have done, to prepare for the exam. Finally, I'm like, I'm still gonna be ready, because everything cannot be said by one person. But I registered for an online classes with Beverly Tabmasin. She is a popular lady among the diabetes educator in the United States. We call her Miss Bev. Sometimes we call her Beverly. We call her anything. Tabmasin, THOMASSIEN. She's a very smart lady. So I registered, to take her classes online. And it was just 9 classes. She went through it, saying what is needed to be done, how to arrive at the right answer. Sometimes 2 questions will be so tempting for you to pick, but you can only pick one. These are multiple questions exam. 4, different choices to pick from. So you get stuck between 2. Sometimes you get stuck between 3. They want to know which is the best care, which is the best choice. Listening to Miss Beverly, she will direct you. What do you need to do first? What do you need to eradicate? Like if a patient is having couples of hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, and maybe during the day they kind of having hyperglycemia, that is high blood sugar, which one do you address first? I learned a lot from doing that online classes for the period of, I think it was a period of 4 weeks. We ended it the last one was taken on the 19th of March. So I was listening, playing this lady's, after the live program, then the recorded program is there for you 24/7, and you can have it up to 365 days after your first check-in. So it lasts for 365 days, which is a year. So, I was like listening, then I'm like, yes, this is what I really needed. When I'm sleeping, I keep, hearing our voices saying this is what you do. You treat hypoglycemia first, that is, you treat low blood sugar first before treating high blood sugar. Patient is obese, patient who wanted to lose weight, who comes to you but has maybe some cardiovascular problem or kidney problem. Which one do you treat first? which one, so we prioritize. So that program really helped me to pass my exam. If anybody fails any certification exam, it's not because they don't know the content. They know the content, just like I know the content. But they just need to know what to do to pick the right answer in an exam. So I was glad that I did the level 3 boot camp with Beverly Thomason. I did it. Sometimes I don't have the time to listen to the live program, but like I said, the podcast is there. The video one is there, so you can either listen to the video, just play it, so many times. If you can sit down there and play it 100 times in a day, yes, they will let you play it. And that was exactly what I did. I was taking off from work like every Friday. I ran out of my PTO, and I was glad doing it because I still have to work, and I needed to pass the exam. But it's been over with now. So if you are an auditory person, learn to study by listening to maybe recording stuff or people talking to you. If you are like maybe virtual, yeah, you can be listening and be watching and be ready at the same time. Do what is best for you. Don't just sit down there and say, no, you just have to read, like I did in my first two, in the first 2 times I took the exam. So do what is best for you. And in conclusion, as a certified diabetes educator, like I said earlier on, I'm going to be teaching people about how to better manage their diabetes. And I will try either once or twice in a week to be posting video on YouTube for people to see and listen to. People shouldn't be dying of diabetes. People should not be dying of chronic kidney diseases. People should not be dying of cardiovascular diseases. Only if you catch it in time. Diabetes is like, it's like I don't want to use the word silent killer. It will be, especially the type 2 diabetes, must have been maybe in your body for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years without you being known. By the time you find out, it has already caused a lot of damages to your body organs, especially the kidneys. So, I really, really, really want to be talking to people, and especially, anybody that has diabetes or have pre-diabetes, because some people are still in the stage of pre-diabetes, on how to better manage, their condition. And mind you, some people will say, oh, I don't have the genetic for diabetes. Who tells you that only genetic is the causes of diabetes? These days that people enjoy themselves. They eat ice cream, they drink, like some people it is Coke, some people it is malt, some people it's not. Some people don't even drink juices, or in America we call it sodas, different type of Coke. It is food. Some people love food. Yes, you can still eat food, but you just need to eat moderately. Don't kill yourself before the death comes. Eat moderately. If I say moderately, the Americans will say moderately. Moderately. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say it the way they say it, but moderately. So, don't just eat big rice without putting no vegetables there, or without eating it with some protein. And don't just sit down there and eat big big fufu. No, you can eat whatever you like, but the portion matters. So this is one of my goals, to talk to people on how to better manage themselves. High blood pressure is a silent killer. High cholesterol goes to wherever high blood pressure goes to. High blood sugar, diabetes, like I said in my other video, is the big one. If you better manage yourself, you're gonna live a better life with diabetes. So I believe watching these videos, you will pick one or two things that will be beneficial to you. I talk about so many things in this video. I introduce myself. I gave, I shed light to my background, especially my educational background before coming to the US, what I was doing, how I was, struggling to survive, and getting to US, it is a strange land to me, but I'm part and parcel of US now. I have US citizenship, I thank God for that. By this year, I will be 19 years living in the US. So next year will be my 20th years living in the US. So, but unfortunately, my accent is still a Nigerian accent, which is good. There is nothing I can do to change my accent. I love my accent. I love America. I love Nigeria. I love Ijuko. I love, everywhere I've been to. I love Akure. Akure is my, Akure, I can say Akure is my first home. I grew up there. I have a lot of friends in Akure, in Ondo State. I traveled, to almost everywhere in the old Ondo State before they created the kitty out of Ondo State. So that is just by itself. Then I talk about how I passed my exam, and I advise you guys, on how you can better take a certification exam in case you are planning to take one in future. So, and I said, you all need to be strong, and you all need to keep, doing what you know how best to do. By not giving up, by keeping struggling, you're gonna be there. Whatever your heart desires, work towards it. My life is a good example. I've made a mistake in the past. I didn't let my mistake stop me from achieving what I wanted in life. If I tell you I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of myself. And I will continue to be proud of myself. Thank you again, everyone, for watching this video. Don't forget to click like, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm still new in this YouTube stuff. I'm gonna continue to get better, and with your help, I can be more better. Thank you again. My name is Olusola Oyelami. The Nigerians people will call me Shola Deborah. Thank you all for watching my channel. Bye for now.